Okay, so Ruth, welcome. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming on.
Apparently, we still have an echo.
We still
Martina.
have. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. Still have an echo. Hold on 1 second.
No, it sounds good now for me.
Now it's good. Let's go. Let me see.
Oh, now it's back.
Is it back? Okay. Do you have like another phone, another device?
No, like I said, I think it's on your end. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Because when I mute. Oh,
You hearing anything? I'm still hearing.
yeah, I'm still hearing it.
I see Dr. Martina East on. Can you hear feedback, Dr. Martina?
She's the one that's telling me it's there.
It's there. Hey, great. I know what that is. That's never happened before. And
Maybe
you
it's
know
crossing the border.
maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. I know other folks who have had issues like that.
Who knows?
So let's just roll with it and see how it, where we end up. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. So Ruth, you're a publisher and international speaker. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, let's go back a little bit because I think sometimes people get overwhelmed when they hear that somebody has all those credentials and they think that they've always been there and I will never be able to achieve that. I want to go back about 20 years. I had done none of that.
Okay.
And so I just want to get it out there that you just have to take the next step.
Yeah.
And be faithful to what God calls you to.
Yes.
Because I didn't start out to be a speaker or an author even.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I got into publishing was because people asked me for help.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I think I don't know, people tell me that one of my gifts is taking the overwhelm out of things. And so I like to do that for people because I don't like to be overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we focus on the big picture and we forget that all we have to do is take one step after another.
Yes.
When I first thought about writing a book, I thought I couldn't do it. I was used to writing shorter, like articles and devotionals, and I had written a 10,000 piece story. But the thought of writing 100 pages or 200 pages was totally overwhelming to me.
Very much overwhelming.
And then one day I sat down and God put this thought into my head. And it was like, okay, well, books are made of chapters. Chapters are made of paragraphs. Paragraphs are created one sentence at a time. And sentences are one word after another word after another word.
Yes.
So I think everybody knows that they can write one word at a time. And if you can do that, you can write a book.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's about everything, honestly.
It is.
Well, it is. You just have to break it down in bite size. God created the world in 7 days. Not that He couldn't have done it in one, but He was really creating the world for you and me and the rest of us. So He was setting the example. So yes, everything takes time.
Yes.
Okay. So why don't we start? How did you get to write? You mentioned that a little bit. I'd like to unpack more.
Sure.
Yeah.
So My writing, I've always enjoyed reading and writing ever since I mean, I still remember the first day that I could read a book, and that was probably just regurgitating a book that was read to me over and over and over again, right? But realizing that those characters on the page could take me to imaginary worlds or places that I'd never been just opened up new worlds to me.
Yeah.
And it was so exciting to me. And we had a conversation before, and I shared that my parents took me to South Africa when I was 6 weeks old. And that was in the late 60s, early 70s, when there were no, like, phone calls were crazy expensive. We never made phone calls unless it was a dire emergency.
Yeah.
Letters took up to a month to get back and forth. There was no internet there, so
Yeah.
writing became very important to me, especially when I was 9. I went 500 miles away from my parents for 3 months at a time to go to school. And so letters were the only connection that I had. Letters were the way that I met all my relatives in North America before I met them in person.
Wow.
So
you got started early.
So yeah, writing became very important to me, but I also enjoyed writing, and my mom enjoyed reading and writing, and I would say she was my first mentor. And then I also there was a single missionary nurse who lived quite a ways from us, but she would come and visit our family every once in a while. And Aunt Nairi would sit down beside me, and she would read my writing, and she would say, "Look at these 2 sentences here. You have the word whatever it was 4 times in those 2 sentences. What other words can you use?" And then as I wrote to my parents when I was at boarding school, I had to learn how to use my 5 senses to describe what I was seeing and feeling and experiencing so that they could understand what I was going through. So those were my foundational writing experiences. And in high school, well, elementary, junior high, high school, I did a lot of activities that involved reading and writing. I was on the yearbook committee in Bible college. I not developed, but I edited and did all the layout of the syllabi for the professors during the summer. So I did a lot of work with my reading and writing, and one of my first jobs after college was working in a bookstore. But I never dreamed of being a writer.
I mean, because as I go through all that and think about your story that I want you to tell, how you won a concert, you you never really thought you were a writer. I mean, like a skilled writer, because you mentioned something that's about seeing the same word in the same sentence or paragraph multiple times. I didn't learn that at high school,
Right.
and so you had an early stuff.
I did.
Yeah, which was great. Okay, so you were being prepared and you didn't know it, and
That's right.
what was the turning point that got you into writing and public comment and all that?
Well, it's kind of funny because it was almost like I was dragging my heels. After I finished Bible college, my mom found this. It was like a quiz from the Institute of Children's Literature, and so I did this quiz and I sent it in. And it was basically a way for them to find people who may be interested in taking their courses. But the feedback that I received was still very encouraging. And so I did. I took writing courses.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I didn't know why I was taking them, but I just took them.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I saw the advertisement for Write Canada's novice writer contest, I felt God prompting me to write the story of going through infertility and adoption and special needs, adopting special needs kids. And even then, it was like, okay, I hear you, God, but I don't know why you're telling me to do this. And so I wrote the story. I made sure I polished it and it was really good and sent it in. And it was almost like, okay, God, I obeyed you. Now leave me alone. I mean, at the time I had 5 kids, ages 1 to 11. I was working on the local school board. And I just didn't know if I could find the time to do the writing. It sounds like I have a son who needs some attention, so
Sure.
I'm just going to disappear for a minute, and I'll be right back.
No problem. Hello, everyone. Ruth and I met through a chat on Substack. I put out a post that I was looking for Christian creatives to go live with me, and Ruth responded, and now here we are. And so that's how we met. We met on Substack, and as I got to know her through her writing online, I was like, wow, there's a lot of things that we can talk about because we have a lot of things in common. So I'm really excited to talk to her. All right. And she's back. Can you hear me? I cannot hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that better now?
Better.
Okay.
Great. So I don't know where we were, but
I think I was talking about still dragging my feet.
okay. Yeah.
So anyway, I sent my story away, and a few weeks later I was shocked when I received an email informing me that I won first place in the contest.
Wow. And this
So
was Canada-wide. This was like across all of Canada.
it was Canada-wide. It was a Christian contest.
Okay.
But it was Canada-wide. I don't know how many entries they received, but it was quite a few.
Okay.
And the prize was going to a writing conference in Ontario. So I live in Alberta.
Okay.
And the
How far is it
conference
away?
was 5 hours by air away.
By air.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I climbed on the airplane, went to this conference. I didn't know anybody when I walked in. And I knew that several of the people at the conference had published multiple books. So I was like, why am I here? I don't even know if I'm a writer yet. I was still feeling that way. But I did have most of a manuscript written already. And I remember one of the sessions I went to, I tried to focus on sessions about publishing because that was the next step for me. And I remember going to one session and the speaker said, writing your book is the easy part.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what?
Really? Yeah, yeah.
Writing isn't easy. It's hard work.
Time
But anyway,
and really mental resources at capacity. Yeah, yeah.
but like we said at the beginning, it's one step at a time. You just
Yes.
learn. If you have somebody that can walk you through the process and you take one step at a time, you'll get there.
Sure. Yep. True. Very true. So you had started one already before you entered this contest. What type of writing were you doing, and where were you publishing your work? Okay. You're muted. I can't hear you, Ruth.
Sorry, somebody was
Okay.
trying to phone me.
Oh, okay. Okay. No problem.
That's the disadvantage of using your phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to phone. It's actually one of my authors that is trying to reach me.
Okay. Okay.
So yes, the Institute of Children's Literature is really good. What they do is when you take a course, they match you up with a published author. And
Okay.
the published author is like your coach through the course.
Okay.
And so that was really good experience for me. And so I took um, a, several courses from them. I think the first one was magazine articles.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did one on more like book length.
Mm-hmm.
And so I I experimented a lot when I was first starting out. But I wrote mostly nonfiction when I was taking my courses.
Okay.
And then after I won the contest, I don't know, I found all these fun fiction contests online. So, like flash fiction, where you would get a prompt at the beginning of the week and you had to have a story sent off by Thursday or Friday.
Okay. Okay.
And I just entered a whole bunch of contests because, especially if they gave you feedback,
Mm-hmm.
I figured that was a great way to learn how to be a better writer. And I wasn't really sure what I wanted to write,
Okay.
what my voice, people talk about your writing voice.
Yeah.
What is that? What does
Yeah.
my voice sound like? I don't
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the best way to find your voice is try different things and see what you enjoy and see what people comment on and what they enjoy. Because if you enjoy writing it and people enjoy reading it, you can't ask for a better match than that.
So is that what is meant by your voice? Um, what you're writing, people want to read it. Is it, I mean, is it the topic that you're writing about? Is it the style?
It's
What
more your style.
more your style? Okay.
Yeah, how you put words together,
Okay.
um, the phrasings that you use,
Mm-hmm.
how you describe things,
Mm-hmm.
whether you use a lot of similes or metaphors or
Mm-hmm.
not.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has their own unique style. And if you read enough writing by the same person, you will be able to pick things out.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we don't pay attention to those things when we're reading something, especially if we get pulled into the story. We don't
Right.
really pay attention, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Our mind is engaged with what they're saying.
Right.
You know. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Um, let's see. So, have were you born in Canada? That's a question I wanted to ask you. Were you
I was born in Michigan.
Michigan? How about that? Okay.
My dad I was actually born in the same hospital that my dad was born
Okay.
in
Okay.
Battle Creek, Michigan.
Ah, okay.
My mom is from Nebraska, my dad's from Michigan, and they met in Three Hills, Alberta,
Okay.
at Prairie Bible Institute.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Which
I was
did you
born in
say Moody?
Michigan while my parents were waiting for their visa to go to South Africa.
Okay. Okay.
And that's why I was 6 weeks old when we actually went.
Okay. And so did you move to Canada? When did you move to Canada?
We moved to Canada in 1977 when
Okay.
I was 11 years old.
Okay.
Um, we thought that we were only coming for a year of
Mhm.
furlough.
Mhm.
So that was really hard when I found out that we were not going back because Africa was home to me. I mean, I'd
Yeah.
been there since I was 6 weeks old.
Wow. Wow.
But God closed the doors and we stayed in Canada.
Mhm.
But I am grateful for the experiences that I've had.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
um, yes, I was able to go to a Christian school for a few years.
Mhm.
And then my grade 12 year, I went to a public school for
Okay. Yeah, you kinda cut out there on that last part. Mhm. You went to public school?
I went to a public school for the very first time. My
Uh-oh. Picture went out.
my
Oh.
author is very persistent.
Oh, wow. Oh,
She
wow.
wants attention right now.
Wow. Wow. Well, s tell her you had this scheduled for, a week or so. Do you need are you good? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'll call her after.
Okay. Okay. So
This author that's trying to call me, her name is Michelle Jean, and she wrote her story about her journey through being diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder
okay.
and all of the things that she struggled with
Mhm.
and how she has come out on the other side. She lives a good life.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and she wanted other people to know that it's okay. Like schizoaffective disorder is not a death sentence.
Mhm. Mhm.
She was kind of timid about writing her story,
Mhm.
um, but she persevered
Mhm.
and she got it edited and then asked me to help her publish it.
Ah.
And her book hit 4 categories, number one in four
Wow.
categories on
Wow.
Amazon.
Wow. That's
So,
wonderful. That's wonderful. And I mean, it's an interesting subject, a topic that she's writing about that. Yeah. Wow, that's great. That's great. Congratulations. And I'd like to take a look at that. Um, okay. S- Where were we? So, you live in Canada now. Yeah. Question I wanted to ask you is what is do you think the most impactful learning experience you had living in South Africa versus living in the States or Canada?
well, I was in grade 6 when I came back to Canada,
Mhm.
and I could not believe all of the things that my classmates complained about
Ah, okay, okay.
because we had just come back from Botswana, which at that time was a third world country,
Mhm,
where people basically grew all their food and
mhm,
lived on what they grew. They had cattle,
mhm.
um, very poor according to North American standards.
Okay.
But such generous people.
Mm-hmm.
They would give you anything and everything. Like, they would even give you the shirt off their back if they thought
Mm-hmm.
you needed it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, so I guess that was very impactful for me,
Mm-hmm.
being loved and accepted and cared for by those people
Mm-hmm.
and seeing their joy and their gratitude
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
midst of not having much.
Yeah.
And then coming back to North America where people have so much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even people who live at the poverty level in Canada are
Mm-hmm.
rich compared to the people that I was surrounded by in
Mm-hmm.
Botswana.
Yeah.
And so that would be what impacted me the most.
And that is something, even in the Bible, some scripture comes to mind as when God talks about the things that what his riches are. And, his riches are, you know, love and peace and joy and, things that are not materialistic, but you can't get them through materials. You can't buy them. You can't, they come from God alone. And so, he does, he created the material world, and as he sees fit, he gives material uh, riches, or material whatever needs. He meets material needs for people, but his riches are something that goes beyond what we can touch and what we can see. uh,
Godliness with contentment is
yeah,
great gain.
that's right. That's right. That's right. All right. Oh, my battery's going low. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, I'm thinking I need to go somewhere where I can plug my phone in because I'm seeing the yellow bar.
Yeah, let me see if I can actually do something about this. Um, okay, it'd be good.
I'm just hoping the internet is going to be good up here. We'll see.
Okay, okay. All right. So, Ruth, what is a book midwife? I saw that on your website. What is it?
So I call myself an author midwife
Okay.
because when we publish a book,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like birthing a baby.
Got it. Okay.
So just like people need coaching when they're giving birth, people often need coaching when they're writing and publishing and marketing their book.
Mm-hmm. Great, great, great. I like that phrase, that term. That's you know, I see it speaks to your target market. I presume. um. Okay. RLS Creativity Publishing started with a risk. You told that story of how you sent your work into a contest, and surprisingly you won first place. That's a fantastic story. Um, Wall Street Journal best-selling author. What's that all about?
So I put that there because it's something that I like to tell people about.
Mhm.
Um, Not because I want to brag, but because to some people, having that designation is important.
Yeah. Sure.
Now, the reason I like to have it there is to tell people that there's more than one way to become a best-selling author.
Okay.
And I decided to try something
Okay.
to see if it would work.
Okay.
So I was being coached by someone, and they offered to do an anthology project where we each wrote a chapter.
Okay.
And he promised that it would become a best-selling book.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
So basically, what I did to become a best-selling author was pay $3,000 to someone who knew what they were doing.
Right.
And they made it become a best-selling book.
Okay.
So when I talk to authors, I tell them, well, first of all, I ask them, what is your goal in publishing? Is your goal to become a best-selling author? And I mean, people talk about being an Amazon best-selling author. And I mentioned that the author I worked with hit #1 in 4 categories. But the crazy part is that it's not necessarily the content of what you write that's important.
Okay.
It's the method you follow that's important.
Yeah.
And there are books that hit bestseller status on Amazon or the other lists that may not necessarily be well written.
Right. I'm
It
aware
has
of that.
more to do with the process they followed or the people that helped them get where they are.
Right.
And I don't know if you know, I think it's back now, but the New York Times discontinued their best-selling list for a while because they were frustrated with the fact that people are gaming the system.
Yeah. By the way, the echo is gone.
Oh,
I don't know why.
interesting.
I don't know why. um, I don't know if
Maybe it
it's
was me.
I
I was close to where my boys were on their computers, so maybe that was it. I don't know.
okay, maybe so. I mean, I did unplug my phone from my computer to my outlet, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but it's gone.
Somehow we solved the problem.
Yes. Wow. Okay. So, from your point of view, what are the benefits of becoming a best-selling author?
Well, it depends who you're talking to as to whether that's important or not.
Okay.
So for some people, they look at being a best-selling author. You have to have a best-selling author status to be a good coach, or you have to be a best-selling author to know what you're talking about.
Okay.
And because I was going into coaching, that was one of the reasons that I did that. But I was also curious, like, what can you game the system? Yeah, you can game the system.
Yeah. You
So
usually, yeah. Okay. All right. You're a mom of 5 and a grandma.
I am.
Okay. Fantastic.
My youngest is 17 and
Wow.
my oldest is 28.
Wow. Okay. How about that? Wonderful. All right. So your first book was writing, teaching people how to navigate Twitter. Is that
Right.
pretty much okay?
That's my first book that I wrote all by myself.
Okay.
I participated in several anthology projects before I wrote that book. And that was another whole process. But yes,
Okay.
Twitter, I can't even remember the title. I wrote a couple of books teaching people how to use Twitter, and then I combined them. The first 2 books that I published were only published on KDP,
Okay.
and then I wanted to publish a paperback. And so I combined those first 2 books into what is called Twitter Decoded now.
Okay. Okay. Great. 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 Okay. And so, I'm going to move pretty fast here. RLS Creativity Publishing, um, is your company that you started, and your mission is to publish 10,000 world transforming titles while giving back 20% of earnings to provide resources for women affected by domestic abuse. Okay. 10,000 world transforming titles. When do you plan to hit that mark?
Pardon?
When do you plan to hit that mark?
No. It's a God-given vision. That's all I can say, because when it first came into my mind, I'm like, God, is this really you?
Mhm.
But God has given me a lot of ability,
Mhm.
and I have discovered in my life that if it's something I think I can accomplish,
Mhm.
I usually don't give God the glory that I should be giving him.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And so if I reach this goal of publishing 10,000 books,
Mhm.
I know, like, for me, it's impossible right now. I don't
Okay.
see how it's going to happen,
Okay.
but he keeps bringing it back over and over again. And so I'm just, okay, God, I'm taking that one step today.
Mhm.
Tomorrow I'll take the next step.
Mhm.
Next month I'll take whatever step I'm at.
Mhm.
And you show me, you reveal if this is something you still want me to pursue. So that's
Good.
what I'm doing. I'm being obedient.
That's great. He's stretching your faith. He's stretching your faith. That's wonderful. Um, and I'm sorry that Dr. Martina wasn't able to log on with us tonight because, I wanted her to talk about, her experience with you as a publisher. And I'm sure she would have had some good things to say. Um, but Dr. Martina and I are going to get together and we're going to talk and, hopefully we'll come on live. I'll come on live with Dr. Martina and we can, then she'll have plenty to say about her work and you as well, perhaps. Okay. Um, so let's see. I guess I won't ask you to go through, your publishing process or anything. Is there anything that you want to talk about that we haven't talked about?
Well, I guess one of the things that I would really strongly encourage writers to do is develop your God gives us talents,
Mhm.
but that doesn't mean that we don't need to work on our talents and develop them
Mhm.
so that we can become the best that we can be.
Mhm.
I have talked in the past to some writers who have told me, God downloaded this book to me. I am not changing a word in it.
Ah, okay.
And when I read it, I tried to gently let them know that the ideas are good,
Mhm.
but it needs to be polished. Like,
Mhm.
it's like a diamond in the rough.
Mhm.
And if you publish it this way, it's not going to be as effective as
Mhm.
if you allow somebody to give you some advice and help you polish
Mhm.
your writing.
Yeah.
So when talk to writers, I say we need to aim before we write,
Mhm. Mhm.
because there's several things that new writers tend to I've seen it consistently over the years as I've worked with new writers.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, one of the things I hear is, well, this book is for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I can't limit it to a certain audience because it's for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first thing I work with people on is, who is your audience?
Mm-hmm.
We don't speak the same to a 5-year-old child
Mm-hmm.
as we speak to our grandma or our husband
Mm-hmm.
or a friend.
Right. Correct.
The message may be the same,
Mm-hmm.
but the words we use and the phrasing we use and the way we describe things are going to be
Yes.
different.
Yes. Very true.
So if you're not clear on who you're writing to,
Mm-hmm.
you may not be expressing yourself in the best way, in the
Yeah.
way that they're going to understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I find that when we write to a target market, when we are very clear
Mm-hmm.
on who we're writing for,
Mm-hmm.
other people may read it and enjoy it and benefit from it.
Mm-hmm.
We're not really limiting ourselves, but we are making sure that our message is clear
Yeah.
for the people that we want to reach or that God is calling us to reach.
Correct.
So A is for audience. Know
Mm-hmm.
who your audience is.
Mm-hmm.
The I refers to yourself as a writer.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you as a writer? Who are you as a person?
Mm-hmm.
What education do you have? What expertise do you have?
Mm-hmm.
If you look on Amazon, say you're writing a book about writing,
Mm-hmm.
there may be, I don't know, I haven't been on lately to see, but maybe there's 2,000 or 5,000 books about writing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So why should I write another book about writing?
Right. Mm-hmm.
The only thing that makes your book unique sometimes
Mm-hmm.
is who you are,
Yeah.
your expertise, your stories,
Yes.
your experiences,
Mm-hmm.
and the way you express yourself.
Right. Correct.
So you need to be clear about that as well.
Yeah.
And then M is for market.
Mm-hmm.
Most first-time writers do not even think about marketing their book until it's published.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they miss a lot of opportunities. There's we were talking before about gaming the system.
Mm-hmm.
You can game the system, but there's also, you can write an excellent book, have an amazing cover, have a beautiful finished product.
Mm-hmm.
But if people are not looking for that material at that certain time, you're not going to be making very many sales.
Right.
So there is an advantage to doing market research and finding out what people are asking for.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I do sometimes for market research is I go on Amazon and I read the reviews, not just the 5-star reviews, not the 4-star reviews, the 1-star reviews and the 2-star reviews, because they will tell you what people are looking for. They will tell you what is missing from the books that are there already. And you can use that material and give people what they're looking for when you write your book.
Yeah.
So that's what my acronym AIM stands for. Audience, I, myself, and M, the marketplace.
That's great. That's great. And that's true for basically anything that is going into the marketplace. I used to dabble in inventing, and I did, had to do the market research to figure out, where I can fill a need, that's a gap in the marketplace, and, come up with an idea that, you know, a manufacturer would want to, build and put into the marketplace. Yeah, and so I think that's true for probably anything going into the marketplace. You know, um, great. So, is there anything else? Have I missed anything? Have we missed anything? What more can we say?
Oh, I could talk for hours. I don't know. Does anybody that has joined have any questions? I think they can
Hi,
send.
Jerry Grant. I recognize that name. Thank you for coming on. It's good to see you.
I see
Uh,
William as well.
yes.
Anyone else?
Let's see. Dr. Martina Keast is still here with us. I'm looking forward to reaching out to you, Dr. Keast, and us jumping on alive at some point. Um, yeah, I'm happy to see everyone. Anyone have any questions for Ruth? Is there a question that you might have that I did not ask? Did you have any particular expectations or questions that you wanted answered that you didn't hear about?
While people are thinking, I'll share one of the most fun projects I worked on was an anthology project,
Mhm,
and it was a fiction
mhm,
anthology.
mhm,
There were 6 of us authors.
mhm.
None of us ever met face to face. We all met virtually,
Okay.
and the publisher came up with the setting for the story and 6 main characters. So
Oh,
each of us was writing from the perspective of one of the main characters of the story.
mhm,
So the first author wrote a 10,000 word story
mhm,
using all 6 characters,
mhm.
and it was called The Wedding Planner,
Okay, okay.
the San Francisco Wedding Planner. Um so it was based in San Francisco. The main character was a wedding planner, and then her friends and fellow workers. So the first author did that. The second author wrote the next 10,000 words, picking up from where the first author left off,
Okay, okay.
and so on and so on. And
Mhm,
I was the sixth author
mhm.
that had the challenge of tying all the pieces of the story together
That's
and
cool.
then
Cool.
leaving some threads hanging because we did more than one book.
Okay.
So that was, yeah, it was a fun way to learn some of the fiction writing techniques.
Interesting, very interesting. You said The Wedding Planner, and I know that there's a movie. I think was a movie, The Wedding Planner. Does it have anything to do with that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, okay. Interesting, very interesting. All right. So, does anyone have any questions before? How long have we been on? Um,
Like,
we've been on
almost
almost
50
50
minutes.
minutes, almost an
Yeah.
hour. Okay, so great,
We
great,
don't need
great.
to belabor it. If nobody has questions, that's
Well,
fine.
sure, sure. Well, Ruth, I've enjoyed this conversation. Thank you for coming on, and we'll have to do this again in the future. Okay. I don't know when. I don't know. What the topic will be, but we'll see.
Well, thank you for doing this because this is actually my first Substack Live.
Okay.
Never been on Substack Live before.
Mm-hmm.
I spent most of a year, about 2 years ago, I co-hosted a Twitter space.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I was interested to see how this would work,
Mm-hmm.
and I will somebody else asked me just before I came on here actually,
Mm-hmm.
um, what I see as the benefits of Substack, and I said, "Well, as an author, I had a blog on WordPress.
Mm-hmm.
I used Libsyn and YouTube kind of like a podcast for podcasts topics.
Mm-hmm.
I was on social media. I did audio sessions, and Substack has all of that
Yeah. Yes.
in one
I,
place.
yes. Yes. That's part of my story because I never heard of Substack. I was on YouTube and I was new there. Um, and I was posting, my Christian content there. And then suddenly I lost the ability to be able to upload my own thumbnails, which
Oh.
plummeted my viewership. And that was on the shorts, YouTube
Mhm.
shorts.
Mhm.
And within the same week I got an email from Substack.
Oh.
And and I was like, "Okay, what is this?" And, I never came to Substack with the intention of becoming a writer. That was the intention of wri
Oh, interesting.
so, I mean, I knew I've I've I won a writing contest when I was in junior high school. So I had the ability to write, but it wasn't something that I was pursuing. And so, now that I'm here on Substack, I'm just kind of I'm building up towards, developing my cadence for writing and, and so, I'm further than I was before. So, yeah,
Well, notes are a great way to build your
yeah,
content.
yes, yes. It is. It's great. I mean, I've seen people come in after me and they had started 0 and they are always on, publishing on or going live actually. And
Okay.
they are, into the thousands of subscribers now. And so and that's okay. I don't need to, take off like a rocket at this point. I'm building towards something
You're
particular.
building your foundation.
Exactly. Exactly. So I gotta put the systems in place so that I can, be more consistent.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, it's been great talking to you, Ruth. Thank you very much for coming on. Thanks everyone for joining in. And I wish you all a very good evening and God
Thank
bless.
you, Kevin.
All right. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.